and there's inflation. So women are paying $30, $35 to get in. Men are paying $50 to get in. Men are no longer going to talk to you. And I want to take you back a little bit. In 2019, they would talk to you a little bit and get you a drink.
Welcome back, Motivation Nation. It's your host, Eric Gordon. Listen, we're not going to waste any time. We're going to get into this. This young lady is saying that the reason that the club has been destroyed is because of money. So let's see what she's talking about. Let's jump off into it.
Money destroyed the club. Not the men, not the sections. Money, period. Before the pandemic, let's say 2019, when you go out to the club, it was free for ladies before 11 and men had to pay. So your first expense if you're a woman is buying your first drink. So you're already planning to do that. The men come in, they have to pay to enter. It's maybe free for the women, it's maybe $20 for the men. They would talk to you and buy you a drink. That's what courting used to look like. Sections existed. I used to go out with my friend group. The guys would tell us where to be at. They would buy the table. The table came with a bottle. So it would be 10 of them, 8, it'd be maybe 6 to 10 of them. They would all put money on the bottle. When we got there, we all had a place to sit and you would be there all night. It was chill. After the pandemic, not only is there no free before 11, there's tickets for every freaking event. Every freaking event. There's a new entertainment this, promotion that. And there's inflation. So women are paying $30, $35 to get in. Men are paying $50 to get in. Men are no longer going to talk to you. And I want to take you back a little bit. In 2019, they would talk to you a little bit and get you a drink. In 2015, they would buy you the drink before they even said their name. In 2010, they would send you the drink, watch you drink it, and then approach. You see how when you go back and back and back, there's so much more that men used to do, and it was all connected to how much money they had in their pockets.
Hold on a second. All right. So let me quantify what she's I guess some of what she's trying to say as a person. It's been a while since I've been in a club scene. And if she's talking about spending 35 to 50 dollars to walk into a club door, that's absolutely absurd. I'm not spending that. But if I take you back to a different time, I don't know if it's money and the cost of getting into the club and the drinks that destroyed it. I would have to say it's more so of the social media, because there was a time when the club was actually a social gathering, because there was no, first of all, there was no text messaging. There was none of these things, and there darn sure wasn't any social media where people were meeting each other in online. You were meeting people in real life, and in these clubs and in these settings, and you're knowing that you only have this one opportunity to see this young lady, and you have to put your best foot forward right then. It wasn't no, hey, what's your name, can I get your Instagram and DM you there? No, I'm seeing something I like right on the spot, and I have to spit my best game right then at her, because there's a bunch of other people that's trying to talk to her and get her number and get her attention, the same as women trying to do with men. So the change, in my opinion, came with the social media, where everyone wants to meet people online, and they consider meeting someone out in person as meeting them in the wild. And they've now turned the club scene into a place to go and take pictures and stand on couches. Because there was a time there were no sections and bottles in clubs, and if there were, these were much bigger clubs with 2 and 3 levels, and then you'll have one level, and then they would have sections off to the side. But back then, clubs had dance floors, and people got out there and they danced with each other, and you met people that way. But let me let her continue though. But some of what she's saying is the truth, as far as my understanding, as far as how the club goes now, though. So I'm not negating what she's saying, but when she goes back into that era, I have to clear that up as far as why people were out.
At the point where now women are paying $35, $40 to get in, men are paying $50 to get in, he's not going to buy you a drink. And not only is he not going to buy you a drink, he's now mad that you're cutting him in line. Because before, it never used to matter. The bartenders always serve the women first. Now, men have an attitude if you stand in front of them at the bar. Now, men want to be seen because they used to buy sections and invite girls into the section. Well, now you have to pay for the table and then you have to pay for the bottle. The both of them are way more expensive than they used to be. If Franzia is selling me boxed wine and it used to go for $8, and I go back to get my boxed wine, and Franzia is now $40, I'm about to become a sommelier. You better fucking believe it, bitch. I can taste the inside of the box. Nope, you're gonna have to take this back, and I want a recall too. All of this shit is going down. Do you think that these promoters are now paying more for these DJs? Do you think that these promoters are now going to put more money into everything else? Now that they're seeing this money, they also are cheapening their experience. They don't give a fuck no more. Now the whole business is cheapened. Everybody's just seeing dollar signs. They have no respect. I can tell you, at Park, I left my phone there. 2018 New Year's. Someone tapped me and gave it back to me. Walked across the room to give it back to me. Park in 2025, I scanned my ID with the bouncer. By the time I got inside, I got a spam message. Goddamn data. Money destroyed the club, not the men.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that it is based on what she's saying that it is different. And she's in DC, so I can see what she's saying. Things are completely different now, but I think that it has a lot to do with this social media and this faking and shaking lifestyle, and how they have revamped the clubs into trying to rip people off with sections and bottles and bottle girls and all that stuff. Yeah, when I was out in the out in in my day in the club, there were no bottle girls and there wasn't none of that. You had a VIP section, but um, and those areas were generally small, but most people were on the dance floor, mingling, getting to know people, walking around, talking, all that type of stuff, especially in the South. Like the club was like basically going to a huge house party. The venue was like being at a house party. So it was fun, dancing, all kind of stuff. There weren't no sections. People weren't high society. People weren't in there taking pictures with cell phones because there wasn't even an option back then. People were experiencing the moment, living in the moment, enjoying the moment. They weren't in there trying to get likes and clicks and photos. People were there enjoying their time, those 2 to 3 hours that they were going to be in there listening to the DJ put on the next record and scratching and mixing, and you see somebody you like and you walk up to them and you try to talk to them and see if you can get a number. This is back when we used to take pencils and a piece of paper in the club and you write numbers down or you have to commit them to memory. This is back before when your phone rang, a name popped up. No, you had to memorize phone numbers and dial them from memory. But that's just a different time. So yeah, I do feel sorry for the people that are going to the club now because it seems like the experience just isn't as fun. But look, jump down in the comments if you guys are still out in the club. Let me know what you guys think. If there's any people that are bottle girls that have an opinion on this, let me know if you guys are still out there. I want to hear from you and let me know, as a young lady telling the truth, how do you feel? What is your age and what era were you in the club? Because I was in the era before the cell phones, before Instagram, before Facebook, before all that stuff. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. That's it for this video. I will see you guys on the next one. I'm out.